noticed. That's why I told you the jacket. You will be really, really boiling if you leave the jacket on here. Guys arrived at Interlaken yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera switch on, huh?
Is this, yes, you might have want to turn it on.
Is it recording or flat photo?
I'm not sure. Let me have a quick look.
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be recording, but yeah, it's recording now. So you can just kind of point it out like this. Guys are going to Zermatt tomorrow, I heard.
I has not told me the plans.
Right, okay. Oh, I spoiled the surprise, sorry.
Yes, kept it all secret.
Well, every place here is nice, so yeah. Zermatt is one of the famous ones, but everything around here is pretty known and picturesque. Mountain villages and the Alps here that really on every corner you have houses and people living there, right?
The roads are there.
Yeah, they're proper roads. They're better roads than in many other places. They're really, really well maintained. Where you live, do you have a lot of mountains there, or is it more flat?
No, bottomland.
It's very flat?
Flat.
Yeah. But you guys have really high mountains as well in that part of the world. Like if you look
No.
in Nepal and not in.
Yeah, yeah. In our place, not high, very high place.
Helikopter folks Stolden at 5,300 feet, climbing Forkspån. So this up there, where we're gonna fly, is gonna be called Spån. And I'm very biased because my dad comes from there and we have a chalet. That's why for me this is one of the most beautiful places.
Okay, okay.
And you see the cable car going up there, like the wires that you see there. I will show you closer. You cannot go there by car. You see the road, they end down there.
Yeah.
The roads end there. And then you have just cliffs, and there's a little cable car that takes you up there. Now you can see it, right?
Yeah, that's...
The other thing you see on the left in greenish is the highest football pitch in Europe. It's at 2,000 meters above sea level. And so that's where I used to play for 10 years up there. Football, yeah.
Fine.
I hear football is also big in India now, right? There's a lot of people. There's a lot of fans as well of Manchester United and English teams, right?
My wife's father is a very much fan.
Right, okay.
He's 80 and odd, but he likes football very much.
Helikopter folks for the approaching Spån 6,000 feet, visual with the traffic underneath. Down there.
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And our chalet is kind of where you see the little tree that looks like a drop down here, just to the left, the bigger building there. That's our
bigger building.
That's our chalet. And you see people waving down there. Probably these are my cousin with her kids. Yeah, I see her now. I told her to come out and wave around this time.
Okay.
To greet us. Now down there, the city you see there, this is kind of where we started more or less. We started to the left of that in Raro, right? And then we kind of flew over here, did a turn.
Turn, yeah.
And so this is Fifth down there where I live.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to have lunch later on, if you guys are up for it. And Greek we will see once we get behind this mountain. That's where you arrive by train. And we will also show... we'll also see where you guys came by train. The train road, which was... You took the better route actually. It takes longer, but it's more scenic, right? The other one goes through a tunnel. It's faster, but it's this is more beautiful. So it's good you saw that too.
Travel is more, time is more.
Yeah, exactly. It was like half an hour at least, 40 minutes more. And there was delay as well, which is extremely rare. I mean, this doesn't happen a lot. We get very upset in Switzerland if the trains are late. They're normally, they're normally more correct than the time. Helikopter Foxtrot approaching Middensee at 7,600 feet, proceeding direction. Brief visual with the traffic to Transport in Give. And that's a really beautiful lake here as well.
Lake, yeah. Where the water comes from? Rainfall.
Yeah, this one is, yeah. But you see also that there's glaciers everywhere, which is where we get a lot of the drinking water from. And ahead of us now, the big thing you see in the back, this looks like a tongue. That's the Aletsch Glacier. It's the largest glacier in Europe, I think. So that's a really special, and you see how this glacier every year it goes back. So you see it's melting rapidly. You see how it's really declining, and that's quite sad. A bit of wind here. And you see all there's lifts everywhere and cable cars and
Cable car, yeah.
everything there. So this whole area there that looks kind of blank, this is all slopes. This is everywhere where you can go skiing. Better. We're going to go all the way to fly over it.
Oh, over it. Fine.
You have to imagine that there is you don't see it here, but there's like a little hut there on the other side of the glacier, and that was built when the glacier was 50 meters higher. So you were basically on the glacier and you could step right into the building, right? Whereas now it's like 50 meters distance, right? So you have to climb up there, and this is how far it has gone back, right? So it declines, I think, a few centimeters every single day. Down there. This is all really cool stuff as well to go for hikes. Yeah, it's beautiful, the glacier like this.
Yeah, yeah.
It's sad in a way as well because you see how much it goes back. Now what you can see at if you look in this direction, all the way to back, the triangle that comes out, that's the Matterhorn.
Done?
The Matterhorn, the very famous, the most famous mountain we have.
Okay.
orientation, I know.
Look back.
The good thing here is because you have the mountains and everything looks a bit different. It's easier to navigate in the air than it is when I was flying in London in that area. Everything is just a green field. Like there's so much green fields, like north of London, between London and Cambridge. Everything looks the same, right? Every little town looks the same. Everything has a railroad and a highway. So this is easier to distinguish. Below is now the rail where you arrived.
Yeah.
You see the little train there going across. Oh, the airfield, helicopter Foxtrot is at Briggerbrot at 4,000 feet, descending inbound for landing and passenger swap at runway 28. Exactly, that's where we're gonna land again. The runway. And the train again. That's really cool. Take the microphone very close to your lips so I can hear you. Yeah. Say it again.
Water greenish.
Yeah, the water is greenish. Yeah. It changes a bit of color over time. This also comes from this is called the Rhone. The Rhone, the same way as this valley is called. And this goes all the way to France. And the water comes from the Rhone Glacier. Enjoy it?
Maybe, let's see.
Yeah, you survived it.
Yeah, there.
They're there, yeah. They're waiting for you. Alright, sir.
Right, yeah.
Here we go, yeah. Take off the headset first, probably, and then...
Thank you, sir. See you soon.
Yeah.
This you put it very close to your lips, like you're kissing it. See if I can hear you. Mic check 1, 2.
You can hear me well?
Ah, yeah.
You feel good?
Okay.
Alright. Good. Trim some off. Another airfield helicopter Oscar Foxtrot, departure runway 10. Okay. Off we go. So yeah, you will need the sunglasses. It's very bright here,
Ah,
so
yeah.
it's good to have them.
Oh.
Okay. guys came by train to Brig, right? And then you drove from Brig back to here, or Chris drove you guys. Before with a lot of turbulence. This is nothing, right? Today is a very beautiful day. No, almost no wind. Everything.
Yeah.
So you are going to Zermatt tomorrow, or you don't know where you go yet? Ravi is surprising you, right?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, he planned everything. About this area is you have obviously all the mountains and you have houses and people living everywhere, right?
Beautiful.
In places where you would not expect. And even if you see here, they play football as well. Like just there's always a church and a football pitch. So people are very much into sports, and yeah, the church is everywhere. That's always the people are very Catholic here. They're strong believers. That's why even in the smallest towns, there's always a church. If they can do anything there, they can build a church, or they can put a cross on there or something. And so the place we're going to see over there now is called Spon, and that's where my dad is from. He grew up there, and they used to have animals and work in the field and everything. And so we still have a chalet up there. So I go there every summer and every winter. Over Christmas, I spend every single one of my Christmas over there. It's a very special place to us. And so you see, there's no roads there, right? The roads end there. You only see the little cable car that goes. You see it right there now inside of the mountain. Just over there, you see it moving. It's actually going up there right now. And so it has the highest football pitch in Europe. The field you see there, yeah. So that's at almost 2,000 meters above sea level.
Oh.
So the highest in Europe. So before, when I was flying here with your husband a half an hour ago, I saw my cousin and her kids. They were waving at me.
Okay.
So now we will see. Maybe they're still there. I told them I'm going to fly over a few times and say hi to them. And so yeah. At 6,600 feet proceeding direction, give it. For our little ski resort. That's where I learned skiing. Here with the lake and all these areas. Obviously people can go hiking, and in the winter all of this is skiing resort. At the back there is the Aletsch Glacier. Aletsch Glacier, the largest glacier in Europe, and we're going to fly straight towards there now. So you'll see it. You'll see it straight underneath us. It's melting a lot, obviously, right? Like all the glaciers here. It's incredible. Every year they go back many meters. mountains, the wind's kind of curving, so you can usually expect a tiny bit of wind, but it's absolutely non-dangerous or anything. Where you arrived by train, and then you drove to there. You see the airfield as well. You see this and the airfield where we started from. And so we're going to go over, touch the glacier over there, and then we come back here.
Okay.
So you know what we're going to do. Then I was telling your husband as well that over there, you see there's a very famous bridge with the two pillars, and this is going to Simplot. So if you drive there over the mountain pass, this gets you to Italy.
Okay.
So everything behind there, that's already Italy. And then at the bottom there's usually houses where people live. And from there the lifts go up. stuff that is kind of green up there where there's no trees, this is all skiing. And in the summer now, people go hike there, and in the winter it's all skiing.
Okay.
So you see, this is massive here. Feel a tiny bit of wind here. But it's nothing bad. And now we're going to see more and more of the glacier. The glacier actually goes even further back there. So that's quite an interesting, looks quite interesting actually. also cable cars and gondolas with people hiking there, wandering around, doing stuff. It's really nice to also hike here because you all have a beautiful view, obviously, of the glacier. And what we'll see here now, if you look at this, you see this triangle mountain coming at the back? That's the Matterhorn, the very famous Matterhorn.
Okay.
We already see it from here now. So maybe if you're lucky in the next few days you will see it closer as well. Depending on what Ravi has planned. Up there, as you see right now. We're already back. This is a good thing about helicopters. You're very fast and you see a lot very quickly in half an hour.
Yeah.
Hiking is more, takes more energy. like it?
So much. I scared.
Yeah, it's unusual, right? It's probably the first time.
First time.
Yeah.
Scared, but
you're
I feel so happy.
Okay, good. I'm very happy too. I always like making people happy. And so
today
now,
my husband's birthday.
yes, I know. Yeah, Ravi told me. Yeah. How old is he turning?
So super.
What's his age? How old is your husband?
62.
62. Okay, perfect.
So much.
You're welcome.
I could not speak English so properly.
No, your English
little
is
bit.
Your English is great.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Seat belt.
See you later. Yeah. See you after the next flight. Okay. Let me help you with the yes, the doors and
Seat belt.
Seat belt next. This one here. Okay. You feel good?
Yes, great.
Enjoy the view. You guys picked a beautiful day to fly. It's perfect conditions.
Is it?
Yeah. Like blue skies, almost no wind. Perfect.
That's awesome. Are we heading to Matterhorn?
We're not heading to Matterhorn, but we will see it from afar.
Okay.
We would have to it would take a bit longer to get there. It would be like an hour.
Okay.
So I was telling Ravi, we can either do 1 hour with you and him, or half an hour with everybody.
Okay.
And so, but I think you might, I'm not sure if you're going to see the Matterhorn or go to Zermatt in the next few days. So maybe you'll see it from close.
Okay.
There.
Today we are planning to go to Zermatt and take the cable car.
Right. So you will see it anyway.
Yeah.
You will see it already from far today. But
okay.
you will see it
From
in the
here.
air, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And I will show you. Helicopter folks are approaching Fisk, visual with the traffic underneath. My hometown, where I grew up, and then over there you see Brieg. We will fly over Brieg later. That's where you guys arrived by train, and then Chris drove you all the way here.
Okay.
Did you guys find him at the station? Was it easy?
Yeah, he actually came to the platform itself. So
and was looking for an Indian family.
Yeah, it was just 4 of us. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Do you fly often?
Yeah, I mean, I fly right now when the weather is like this. I fly like several times a week. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
that's awesome.
I flew like last week. I flew like 3 times. And then you can do different routes. Usually from Raro, where the helicopter is based. But sometimes I go in here to Zermatt, which just takes like 20-25 minutes. So you have to plan an hour to do the round trip.
Okay.
And if you have half an hour, you can do a really nice trip, the one we're doing right now, where we will see the Aletsch Glacier, the largest glacier in Europe. And you also just get a sense for the topology of the valley, and all the different tiny little villages as you see here, right? Everywhere in the mountains you see people are building houses and living,
nice.
basically.
I always wonder how do these people get here?
How they get there?
Yeah.
There's roads.
There
as you
is
can
roads.
see. Yeah. But I will show you a place in a minute that is not accessible by car. You have to get there by cable car.
Okay.
So you see here, there's roads, and you see these roads are usually really well maintained as well. They're not dirt roads or bad roads. They're actually quite nice roads.
That's nice.
Because actual people live there. Some people up here in Zenneken, they live there all year. So it's not just a holiday resort. So from that regard, it's
How about in winter? It will be full of snow, is it?
yeah. We get snow all the way down until the valley very often.
How do these people manage with that?
They have plows and they pick off the snow and then they shovel. So there's good services for that, right? The guys doing plowing everything and stuff like that. They're all. Windy here, but that's still no problem. It can be a lot more windy than this and it's still safe. It's just a bit of roller coaster feeling, but it's not dangerous. Probably far less than what you've had in an airplane. I don't know.
I really
Do you fly a lot?
I take flights, but this is the first time I'm taking a helicopter.
Yeah.
So
that's
really
nice.
cool, yeah.
It's different, right? You have a different view. Airplanes is a tiny window, here it's only window.
True.
Oscar Foxtrot, starting at 5,200 feet, proceeding direction Sport. Some of the peaks you already see up there are over 4,000 meters above sea level. Like they're some of the tallest mountains. And then the place you see up there, we're gonna fly over. That you see the roads end here. You can only get there by cable car.
Cable cars, okay.
And that's where my dad grew up in Spon.
Really?
Yes. And we have a
very
chalet.
nice.
We have a chalet there, and I spent every single Christmas of my life up there.
Oh, that would be really beautiful.
And then in the summer we go there as well. And one thing you will see as well in a second is that we have the highest football pitch there, the green thing on the left that you'll see a bit better in a second.
Great.
It's the highest football pitch in Europe.
Okay.
I always very proudly tell everybody.
That's nice.
It's 2,000 meters above sea level. So it's
Does the
air
cable
is
car
thinner.
work in winters as well?
yeah, it works all year.
All year, okay.
Because otherwise you see it's car free. You don't get up there. And now this is absolutely gorgeous because you see how the clouds, they're covering certain parts. So yeah, if you're kind of filming down there, this is going to be good footage for me to show to my dad and my mom.
Are they in Visp now?
They're in Visp now, yes. But my cousin is actually here. So before I saw her on the balcony, I was waving at her. She probably didn't see me wave, but I told her the times that I'm gonna fly over here.
Only few people, around 50 people?
Yeah, there's not many people living here all year. Most people actually, they have this as a second home, right, as a holiday home like we do. So we live in Visp or people live down in Stalden or Staldenried, and then they come here to ski, to play football.
How long does it take from the ground?
So from Visp to there is a 15-20 minutes drive, and then it's a 7-minute cable car ride from the car to there. So it's like half an hour from Visp door to door to the chalet.
Okay.
Which is actually quite, yeah, in the helicopter now you saw it's like 5 minutes.
Is there a helipad where you can park it?
You cannot land there. In Switzerland, above 1100 meters, or 1100 meters, yeah, you can only land on 40 official landing spots.
Okay.
So you see pretty much down where you see that little hill, that's more or less 1100 meters. So everything below, technically speaking, I can land anywhere if I have permission of the landowner or if I ask. But above here, you can only land if you have a permit, like a commercial reason, or doing a mountain rescue, or or on some of the 40 official mountain landing spots. But Spoon is not one of them, unfortunately. But I have landed there before when I was going with my instructor, because if you're doing instruction flights for your mountain ratings, that's when you can go there, because it's training for you, right? Because if you're training, you have to be able to land potentially anywhere, right? If you have a rescue somewhere and somebody is injured there, hiking or something, you have to be able to land wherever, right?
So if there is something happening here, you should inform the ground control and you can land in here, is it?
Yeah, well, although it wouldn't be me that goes there, there would be other guys with special helicopters and,
the first
and
aid
the doctors. Yeah, the other ones that you will see later down in Raron. Because they're equipped for that, they have a medic on board. I wouldn't go there. I would maybe help and report from here, or maybe tell them, but I wouldn't go and land there because they have all the equipment and the first aid stuff, and they're going to be there within 5 minutes as well. But it's going to be useful still to relay the information and tell them. Charlie Oscar Foxtrot, 7,600 feet, give me the proceeding direction, all extension. Vi kan overom se jättebra. Se mot ljuset på båten. Ja, vi har området långt. Ja, ett snitt i mina raft, okej? Alright. If you look to your left, behind you, in a few seconds, you'll see a helicopter coming out. And that's the guy that just said hello to me on the radio, just there, all the way to the left. Did you see him yet?
Not yet.
A red one.
The ambulance guys, you mean?
I don't know where he went. Okay.
I don't. They are near the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very close to the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
You see, he has something
dropping in. Yeah.
Attached, right? He's transporting cargo from one place to the other.
Okay. This is two kind of transporting.
Because you see, that's back to what you were saying, right? How do people get up there? Even if you have little roads, or in the places you don't have any roads, how do they get, how do they get their stuff, right? I mean, it's one thing to hike there, but it's another thing to get all the water and the material and the stuff flowing there, right?
But that will be costlier, isn't it, living there?
Yeah, but some of them, they do that once a year. They tell the helicopter to come in the beginning of the season. The helicopter in one time, it can lift 700, 800 kilograms, right? So that's enough for all year. Maybe it costs you 500 francs to do a quick journey, But I mean, this is all your stuff right there, right? And it's far easier and cheaper than taking so much material there. And on the way down, they usually, when they have like little cottages, on the way down, then they can take the trash as well. So you store the trash, they bring new material, they take the trash with you. So you basically make use of both the journeys that the helicopter does.
But why do the people build it here if it is not accessible by road or something?
Because it's beautiful there, and some people like to hike there, or some people like they're quiet, or
away from other people.
Some people just have these. They're like resorts for hikers. So some of them don't live there all year. They're just going to be there for some part.
Okay.
So now helicopter or walk. Please horn at 8,300 feet, proceeding direction, knowledge direction.
But how do you see other helicopters coming in? Like,
so you are on the radio, so you basically always say where you are, right?
Okay.
Then you have a thing where you would also see them on this map, or they would see me on theirs, because they have even bigger equipment than we have in the large helicopters.
Okay.
And the other thing is just announcing, right? We're all on the same frequency, all in this region. We're all on the same frequency. And whenever we're somewhere in a spot, or we go for landing, or we approach some waypoint, we always just say helicopter so and so. I'm here at this altitude. I'm going to go this direction, right?
Okay.
This is why at Gebidum there, I didn't know that there was a helicopter, but because I was saying I was at Gebidum, he was saying, hey, me too, and then we're looking for each other. So this is kind of how. This is all the stuff. This is kind of very old school way of working, right? Because it's just radio calls, but it's very reliable because this worked way before GPS and all of these things were in the helicopters. But it requires a bit of discipline because everybody just needs to report. So the thing ahead of us now, that is the Ullage Glacier.
Sorry?
That is the Ullage Glacier now.
Okay.
The snowy bit.
Okay.
The largest glacier in Europe.
Did you fly in winter?
Yeah. In winter, all of this is white. You guys gotta come back. It's really nice.
But how about the temperature? Does it go minus?
Yeah. Now it's still 10 degrees up here, but at this altitude, you could be minus 10 easily, right?
Have you seen windstorms, snowstorms?
Yeah, there sometimes are snowstorms, yeah. It wouldn't be the day where you go flying because it's not that much fun for... It's not that much fun for the passengers, right, if it's really windy and stormy. It's sometimes fun for the pilots, but you still got to be careful, right? Bit of turbulence is fine, but too much is... The problem is more not just the turbulence, it also could be like visibility. There's so much clouds, you need to see where you fly, right? Because here there's mountains and obstacles and cables everywhere, and if you don't see where you're flying, that's not that useful.
Okay. And Ravi was saying there is a calculation where each person should go on. First you take the lesser weight and the heavy weight.
Yeah.
Why does it? Is there any specific reason we do that?
Yes, the reason is that this helicopter is 400 kilograms heavy, right? Empty.
Okay.
And then the maximum takeoff weight is 622. So that is both passengers plus fuel, right?
Okay.
So obviously, if we would take Ravi first, right, plus me, which is like 68 kilograms, and then we want to fuel for 3 hours, we would be more than 622, right?
Okay.
Which is why I could not take Ravi. I could only fuel half, take Ravi, and then fuel again after 2 passengers, but that would be wasting time, right?
Yeah.
So this way I was like, if I can take the lighter passengers first, I can put full fuel for 3 hours or for 2.5, and then I can basically do it all in one go.
Okay.
And so it's just practical.
Okay.
And also you have more performance, right? The heavier you are, also the hotter it is, the harder the helicopter has to work, because the helicopter doesn't know how high it is. It only knows how dense the air is around it. And hot air is less dense, So we have more performance in the winter when the air is thicker or denser, which is why now in the summer, when you have humid and hot air, the helicopter is more at the limit than it is in the winter. So we can go a bit higher before reaching the maximum in the winter than we can in the summer. And if I'm alone, obviously I can go even higher because the helicopter is lighter and it has more performance, right?
There is one cable car going up there.
Exactly. And all of these places here, they're all skiing resorts, right? So now what you can see there as well is that's the Aldrich Glacier. And it continues all the way to the back as well.
Okay.
And so this is kind of the foot of it.
This is all Alps, isn't it?
Used to be like 50 to 100 meters higher. You see a very distinct line there, right? Kind of going all the way there, like almost 50 meters above. That's where the glacier used to be for a long, long time. And now it's pretty much 50 meters lower, and it's still going back, right? Every year.
Global warming.
Yeah.
From above is a new experience from a different perspective.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and it's your helicopter first time, right? So it's for Ravi as well, and for his parents too.
For all of us.
Okay, perfect. So it's nice that he gets to go last, so everybody else can already tell him the stories and the feelings, and he will get really excited and look forward to it. Helicopter Fox represented us at 8,000 feet, proceeding then us, and then in talk for landing at Auto Airfield.
It shows 7,000.
7,000 is just a code that you're squawking. It's a signal that you're sending, and then FL075, it's pretty much in sync with the altitude. You see 7,500 feet. So this is flight level 74. Yeah. You want to know what all the instruments do?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, I let you guess. You can try if you figure it out, and I help you. Okay. What does the first one to the left?
It says vertical speed.
Exactly. And what does that? And now you see where zero is, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going down, which makes sense, right? We're going down, and you see that we're going down with 600 feet. So it's a 6, and then it says times 100 feet. So we go down with 600 feet a minute. Which means now that we're at 7,000, right? If we go down with 1,000 feet, right? We climb a bit lower. We will be down at 2,000 feet, which is where the airfield is, within 5 minutes, right? And this is pretty much what I'm aiming for, because it's going to take us roughly 5 minutes now to get there, and then I'm going to be pretty much in a nice glide slope. Then the next one is the.
I don't see anything. Is that the speed?
No, this one is the artificial horizon.
Okay.
You see, it pretty much is, if you don't see the horizon there, you see how it's moving, right? So I go to the left. And then the other one, the third one, what would that be?
Third one, speed?
That's airspeed, exactly. You see now we're at 85, almost 90 knots.
90 knots, yeah.
And 90 knots is pretty much 170 kilometers an hour, right? So right now we're pretty fast. We're 160 kilometers an hour.
Excellent. What is the next one? RPM?
That's
rotation?
Exactly, and that's usually in percent. You see E and R, that's engine and rotor. So how far does the engine go? How far does the rotor go? They're in sync.
Okay. And this one is altitude, as you said.
Exactly.
And
compass, and then manifold is
pressure.
how much power I pull here. This is kind of how much the engine delivers. Now it's not delivering that much because we're sinking, right? We're letting the helicopter basically glide.
And this one is pressure?
That's the collective. So if I go up, and this is kind of what defines when you go up and down.
And this one?
Then
is it like a steering?
This is a bit like going forward, backwards, left and right. So this kind of defines the attitude.
Steering, yeah. And that's your
The pedals do this. So if I go left pedal, you see, we do this. Right pedal, we do this.
Okay.
around 4 months.
4 months.
But normally people take like 2 years. Because most people fly on weekends, right? They go and take lessons every weekend, and you have 10 written exams as well. Everything from physics, principles of flight, to radio navigation, the weather, human performance limitations, airframe systems, all that stuff. You have all these exams. So I just managed to really, do it all in a very short time. Because I went flying 2 or 3 times a week. I took a lot of lessons all in one go, because I was working already on my own company, and I could pretty much work and fly. I could take my own, plan my own time. Talking to the other helicopter.
Okay.
Yeah, that was saying their direction goals. So I'm looking where he is, and he's looking where I am.
Do you have any plans of getting a helicopter?
Maybe one day. Yeah, if everything works well with the company, I might. But they're very expensive. So sometimes it's better to just rent them, and then you buy the hour, and then you don't have to have all the cost of, the maintenance is all included then in the rental of the hour. So it's a bit like a car, right? It's expensive if you were to rent it every day,
And the maintenance.
but buying one and then all that stuff also costs a lot up front. So, and with helicopters, guess how much this helicopter costs if it's brand new? How much do you think it costs? In dollars.
Dollars, 500,000.
Oh, good guess. $300,000.
300,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a small one, right? But you can get them for around 100,000 if you buy a used one. This is used one.
Okay.
But the expensive thing is also still the maintenance, right? Every 50 hours they do maintenance on it. So that's
Every 50 hours?
Every 50, yeah.
Okay.
So after today, they will do another maintenance. So the 50 hours are more or less up.
Okay.
So that's why.
That is the
You see the runway, yeah. And that's Fisk, my hometown again. So now basically we're back where we started more or less. And you see that the train track here?
Yes.
That's where you guys arrived.
Arrived.
You took the scenic route. The alternative to that would have been to come out of the tunnel near Raro, but this is much more beautiful. It takes longer, but it's a more beautiful route.
Okay. We just took the first train available to.
Yeah, that was cool. It's very rare that the trains are delayed in Switzerland. You know that, right? You got really unlucky. That normally happens very rarely.
Yeah. Before coming in, and I was told all the trains in Switzerland arrive on time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
today when I see there is a delay, I was surprised.
Yeah. Helicopter Foxtrot will be with 3,000 feet inbound for landing at runway 28 passenger swap. Out, can you tell Ravi that he should tell, or can you tell Chris that I'm going to land at Air Zermatt with Ravi, right?
Yeah,
so I'm not going to land here, I'm going to land there.
Yeah.
So they can drive over there and wait there if they want to.
Sure. Even he was telling the same.
Right.
He said
Because there's no point for me to land there in the end, right?
Yeah.
go then.
Yes. How are you?
Good, good, good.
I should have gone
When
first.
I
I could
can-
have spoken to you.
No, this is perfect like this. Please helicopter Oscar Foxtrot, departure from runway 10, proceeding direction. Alright, frictions are off. RPMs are fully on. And runs are on. Okay. Alright.
Let's do it.
Are you filming?
Yes.
Can you take a horizontal one?
Yes.
Well, just start a new one, yeah. Alright, perfect. Thank you. Sorry. Just usually the other ones are always a pain to edit and cut together. Alright. Now we're a bit heavier again with you instead of your wife and your parents. But you can feel that really well in the helicopter. You don't have the same performance, right, if you're with a heavy passenger versus a very light one.
Sorry, I do it a
No,
lot.
it's fine, it's fine. That's why we took you last. I'm just explaining why we took you last.
My first flight experience.
In a helicopter, yeah.
Yeah.
For all of you, right? I
Yeah.
think your wife. What's your wife's name?
Janani?
Janani. Yeah.
Yeah.
She told me that it's the first time for all of you.
And my mom has never been like this, or like she never tried anything like this.
Right.
So she was.
Yeah, I think she was kind of praying half of the time, and I was like, okay. She told me in the end she was a bit scared, but
The best bit is she never had a clue that we are doing this.
yeah.
Neither my dad had no clue, and
Right.
my dad could handle it, but I was really scared what my mom is gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, even better than that we got it now. Yeah, because your dad was going first, your mom didn't have an excuse. She saw that how it works, right? That it's all good, and your dad was like smiling, and So yeah, this is Fisk now that we're seeing
Okay.
there,
Cool.
and my hometown. That's where I grew up. You see the two large buildings, the towers in the back?
Yeah.
On the left one, that's where I lived up until I was 20. And now we live basically just in a building like 200 meters from it.
Wow. That's cool.
Helicopter Foxtrot approaching this from the west at 3,000 feet, proceeding direction shot. It's cool for me to fly and do a lot of tours all in one. It's really nice. Get a lot of
4 tours at the same time. That's a lot.
yeah. And it's nice because with everybody you can have if you take a larger helicopter and do it with all at once, it's nice because people can share the experience. But on the other hand, like this, it's more personal, right? Everybody can have their own questions, or it's more intimate. It's really a more direct kind of relationship.
Ooh, look at the view. Oh my god.
So yeah, you can film over to Fist as well. I can show my mom later. Are you guys free to grab a quick burrito with us for lunch?
Oh yes, I love burritos.
So down there, one of my friends, he just
Yeah,
opened
Chris
the
was
food
saying
truck,
about
right?
it, yeah.
And so if you're up for it, we can
Definitely.
go and grab a really nice burrito.
We'll do that.
So now the timing is perfect, because if you guys arrive half an hour early, we would still be like this way. We're good on time. We're gonna be ready for lunch around 12, which is perfect when he's ready. Otherwise we would have been a tiny bit earlier, but it's always good to have some buffer, right? And what you also see is with flying, you see now that the temperature is rising, right?
Yeah.
So normally you have better performance when it's colder, because the colder air is more dense, and that's better for the performance. So that's why for me I wanted to kind of go flying as early as possible in the morning to get the most of it. And also the winds kind of pick up a bit later on, so we have heavier winds later in the day, which is why it's quieter and nicer to fly a bit in the morning. So just the reason why I was trying to make it as early as possible.
We tried to grab the first train,
Yeah.
and it was delayed by 18 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So we got to break. Sorry, not break.
Anderstek or Spiez or
Fails, yeah,
Spiez.
fails,
Yeah.
And we are supposed to take a train to Brig, which stops this.
Exactly, yeah.
And that train didn't come. A different train came.
Right.
But it said Brig in it.
Yeah.
So we thought, yeah, let's just go to Brig and then change. But apparently it's a longer
I will show you later where the difference is, yeah. We will fly over the tracks of that train as well, and you will see where the route you took. It's the more beautiful path. It took you maybe like half an hour longer than the other route, or 35 minutes. But we have, but it's the road that, or it's the track you have to take before they had the tunnel there. So right now, when you have to go to Bern from Fisk, it's only 1 hour, but it used to be a lot more, because you have to go kind of around where you guys went.
I was also wondering about the color of the river. It's quite
Greenish, yeah.
Compared to everywhere else, it's like either blue or white. Normally. Here it's like bright green.
Of course, took 4,500 feet climbing the Ringsport. So that place is called Staldendries, and the place up there that we're gonna go see now is called Spoon, and that's where my dad grew up and where we have a chalet. So if I had more time in the rest of the day, we could have gone up and chilled there a bit. But as I hear you guys are going to Zermatt, I think that's a good plan too. And this way, in the helicopter, this is actually pretty awesome as well. So. But you see that there's a lot of great hiking trails everywhere around here. You can go hike pretty much everywhere.
So we did a small hike in Alpetrox, Norway last week.
Oh, nice.
It was really good actually.
So this is your Euro trip, or what?
Well, the first part was with my wife for my 5th wedding anniversary.
Nice.
We went to Denmark, Norway and Germany. This is my second part with my dad for his 61st birthday.
61 or 62?
60, well, he completes 61 today.
Okay. So he turned 62.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are going to, so we started in Paris.
Oh,
Now
nice.
Swiss.
Yeah.
Tomorrow in Swiss as well. Then we are going to Milan.
Yeah.
And then to Athens. And
nice.
from Athens we are taking a cruise, which goes to Santorini, then Montenegro, Kotor.
Yeah.
Then to Sicily and Naples. And from there we are going to Barcelona.
Wow, you
And
guys
then
got
back.
quite the trip, man.
Cruising. The initial trip was a cruise as well.
Valley of Saas, and the other valley that we could have gone to the right is the valley of the Buttertal, which is where you will go tomorrow or today to Zermatt, right? So you will basically take the train. I'm gonna do a right turn now. There's space right clear. So you'll have a nice view back. We came from Fisk, right?
Yeah.
Galden, and then you can pass this other valley into Zermatt. And this is Zaz. Yeah. I'll show you on the map as well later, so you guys have an idea. But this is probably the coolest way to get a sense of orientation here, right? Because you see it all from here.
On a touristy map somewhere.
Yeah.
Which had bird's eye view, something like this. But
Yeah.
I didn't imagine I'd do this.
Yeah, it's such good timing. I mean, exactly the timing couldn't be more perfect. Also the weather, right? I mean, to be fair, most of the days last week have been like this, but there has been 1 or 2 days where it's just cloudy or stormy, right? When sometimes when it rains, it really rains here. That's why today was amazing, right? So
Is it a football pitch?
that's the highest football pitch in Europe, and next week we're gonna have a football tournament there.
I saw a post where you played.
Yeah, I played there a lot. Yeah, I used to play up there for 10 years. This is Spån, where my dad is from now, and you see the 2 little trees in the middle.
Yeah.
One that looks a bit like a drop.
Yeah.
Just to the left, that building, that's ours. That's our chalet. And people waving there are my cousins. I told them that I'm gonna be here. They won't see us wave, but they will probably film us as well. There's always a bit of wind here. Plenty of surf folks from Spån at 7,000 feet proceeding direction Gewinnum. Nice one. We'll send it all to Julia later as well, so she sees what we're up to.
It was actually Jack's idea.
Oh, really?
Jack Grizzly?
Oh, I flew with him in San Francisco.
Yeah,
I took him around the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, he told me. Actually, I was texting him and he was like, "Where are you up to?" I said, "I'm going to Switzerland." Like, you should bring Andy. You're like, why?
You didn't even think of it, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Obvious, right?
We had a great time. Now in Apple.
Sorry?
Jack has moved to Apple, you know that.
I know, I was there last year when he just moved there. He just when he was in the process. And of course, Foxtrot, Gewinnum Sea 7,700 feet proceeding direction knowledge. Before there was a helicopter here doing transportation. Because you see that if we look down to the valley to the right here, obviously here you see these are all skiing resorts, right?
Yeah.
So all of these places, this is now hiking, but in the winter it's all for skiing. But little valleys like these, there's no cars here, you see. And some of the places where you see the huts up there, some of these are actually catered by helicopter, right? These are still low enough for people to hike there or get the material there, like food or other things. But there's some up there very high that basically get fed by helicopter, right? So you put 500-600 kilograms worth of food and drinks and all of that stuff in a huge bag. You tie it to the below a helicopter, and then they drop it there, right? And that's kind of enough for your whole season, right? And that's one of the things that Air Zermatt, the company that we're going to land at now, where the helicopter now is based, one of the things that they're doing. Besides mountain rescue and all the other things, that's one of their missions.
Have you tried the rescue operations as well?
I will at some point, but it takes a few years more.
I heard like the best pilots are from Zermatt.
It's true, yeah. So the ones I do my mountain training with, they're all pretty insane.
Wow.
Because that's one of the things that Air Zermatt is very special at. They do pretty much everything, right, in terms of operations. In many other helicopter companies, you would do either just scenic flights or just rescue, where you wait all day for something to happen. Here they do everything, which is why their pilots are so good, because they have
Something to do every day.
Yeah, exactly, and they learn a lot on all the different in all the different aspects of flying. And mountain flying, the thing we're doing here now, is one of the most challenging things to do anyway, right? I mean, because you're constantly at the limits of performance, right? Even right now, right, we're pretty much at the limit of what the helicopter can do, right? We can't go much higher. This is pretty much where it is. So flying at the limit, it's not dangerous, but you got to know where the limit is, and you're basically aware of it, right? And that's what makes it so special to fly in the mountains. This here is called Gleeshorn. Helicopter parks up Gleeshorn at 8,400 feet, proceeding direction knowledge. Very beautiful.
Very, very beautiful.
And then there you see the bridge called Gutter Bridge, and then Simplon. So when you take the train,
massive bridge.
you take the train to Milan.
Yeah.
So there will be a tunnel here that goes all the way through there, Simplon tunnel. But you can also drive over the pass here, and then you arrive over there is Italy in the back, right? So we're already very close to Italy now. And the cool thing is also that it's a really nice road there to go by motorcycle, right? Because it's really, yeah. So Chris and I are also big into motorcycles, so we go and do these routes fairly often. You can go fairly fast there. And then already the next thing you see there is the Aletsch Glacier, largest glacier in Europe, but rapidly declining through global warming. Another beautiful little area is down here. This is all ski resorts as well. And you see the little lake there. This is only the lake for the water to save for the artificial snowmaking machines, right? So when they make artificial snow, that obviously needs water, and that's where they get that from. So it's kind of like a lake to save that water. hold on to it. Put it in your back. Helikopter focus close together all at 8,000 feet and inbound for landing at Norwest Denmark. I was going through all the instruments with your wife, so she was explaining how the helicopter works to me. You want to go ahead? Okay, what's that? Vertical speed?
How fast we are going up?
Yeah, and now what you're seeing is what? We're going up or down?
We are going down.
Yeah, by how much? 800 feet per minute.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
So yeah, 800 feet is like 250 meters that we're going down per minute.
Wow.
And now, next one is called the artificial horizon. So you see if we go left, if we do this, you see how it turns as well. Then the third one,
it's the actual speed.
exactly, airspeed.
70
Now we're
kilometers per hour, knots per hour.
now we're 85, yeah, around 80 knots per hour. Knots, and 80 knots is nautical miles per hour, which means this is in kilometers an hour. 80 is pretty much 150 kilometers an hour. So we're fairly fast now.
Going fast.
Yeah. There's a bit of wind here now. Then the fourth one is RPM. So they're in degrees exactly. That means they're at 100%. Next one.
Altitude, we are around 250.
6,200. So the handle is so 6,200 feet, and we're descending because the airfield is at 2,000 feet. So we need to lose 4,000 feet, right? Which is why I'm aiming to get down at roughly almost at 1,000 feet per minute. So we can be there in 4 or 5 minutes from here. You feel there's a bit of wind here with them picking up now. And then the other one is compass, and then manifold pressure is how much power I pull here. you guys came.